allegations in the criminal complaint are in fact true and the evidence supports it, this could be one of the most prolific identity thefts we've ever seen in the state of Hawaii.
Catching a crook. The FBI busts a man suspected of spending thousands of dollars using fraudulent cards. The Waikiki resident is accused of carrying out the sophisticated scheme for several years before federal agents took him into custody this morning. Lisa Kubota joining us with the details of his alleged shopping spree. Please.
Chris, this afternoon, Stephen Zubler made his initial appearance in federal court. Authorities say he moved from Pennsylvania to Oahu 5 years ago, and he's charged with credit card fraud dating back to 2012. Stephen Zubler allegedly stole the identities of more than 40 people. Authorities believe he bought their personal information from hackers.
The criminal complaint describes a theory of the case where Mr. Zubler was in fact purchasing identities from overseas, countries such as Russia, China, and Vietnam.
This morning, FBI agents arrested the 34-year-old at the Waikiki apartment he shares with his sister. According to the criminal complaint, he used the personal information to apply online for credit cards in the victims' names. Zubler is also accused of submitting change of address forms to the U.S. Postal Service to temporarily reroute their mail. Investigators say at least 45 fraudulent Capital One credit cards were associated with his cell phone number.
As identity theft schemes go, the one alleged in this criminal complaint was pretty elaborate. It involved burner phones, forwarding addresses, credit cards, and other things. So this was not a tiny crime. This was a massive crime.
According to authorities, the credit cards were used to buy clothing, gold, and precious metals online. Zubler also allegedly purchased gift cards to resell and racked up bills at grocery stores and restaurants. The crime involves more than $100,000 in fraudulent credit card activity.
There's generally two victims, right? There's the bank who issues the credit cards who's getting ripped off. And more importantly to us, oftentimes, there's people out there whose identities are being stolen who have to spend long times repairing their credit and trying to express to the credit card companies that I'm not the one who ran up these charges.
Now, Zubler has an electronic monitoring device while he stays at a federal halfway house. His preliminary hearing is set for April 11th. If convicted, he faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison. Lisa Kubota, Hawaii News Now. Thank you.